Folks in Western North Carolina, whenever you see this, if you see this, as somebody who's from Burke County, y'all hang in there, and God bless you. And then, folks, if you don't mind donating to your local Rotary Club, Red Cross, things of that nature, and they'll absolutely make sure that the right people get a hold of these resources that they need right now. I know my mom. We talked yesterday, and she's all right, luckily, but just she doesn't have power still, and apparently it's going to be quite a while before anybody in Western North Carolina gets power as a whole. So yeah, you guys be safe out there. Donate as much as you can when you can. Okay, it's going to be a process, and it's going to be a very long one. So keep pounding, y'all. Take me to church, y'all. Hello, Panther fans, and welcome to Monday in the Box with your host, Timmy VO, here on the Panther Comms Podcast. Bengals, week 4. We took an L and we beat ourselves. Even though Cincinnati has a more talented roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball, clearly. But that was exacerbated by the fact that our defense is banged up, and we didn't have Brown coming into this game anyway, and now it's even more banged up. Accompany that with just Joe Burrow, Chase. Our secondary is weak, man. So it is what it is. But we put up 24 points. Our first drive was tremendous. But we're gonna dive into that just now. Well, right now, on the Panther Comms Podcast, Monday in the Box.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Whoa. Hey.
All right, so let's jump into the team stats, and then we'll get into the individuals. It was a very even game. And if you guys watched the game, if you were at the game, shout out to everybody in Bank of America. You guys, we can hear it on the television, on the radio, I should say. Listen to Jake and Luke and those guys. So shout out to everybody at Bank of America. You guys made it loud out there whenever you guys decided to. And I heard a lot of Bengals cheering too. But anyway, team stats. Of course, the first quarter was won by the Bengals, and the only reason that is because, you guys remember we couldn't punch it in, even at close distance. And I will say again, I wish we would have kicked the field goal. I'm just saying, it's one thing to be defeated knowing that you didn't get it in on 3 drives, but to not get it in on the 4th and not get any points, put yourself behind the 8 ball, so to say, and the rest is history. But the Bengals won the first quarter. It was 14-14 in the second. 10-7 Bengals in the third, and it was just 3 of 3 in the fourth quarter. So we lost the game in the first and the third quarter, pretty much. We get a touchdown there and whatnot, and of course drops and all that stuff. But that's down the road. So 62 plays by the Bengals, 70 by the Panthers. Okay, again, relatively even. Total yards, they beat us by 2. Passing. 22 of 31 for the Bengals, 25-41 for us. 232 in passing yards, 220 for us. We both had 2 passing touchdowns and both had a pick. No fumbles by us. Luckily, they had 31 rushing attempts. We had 29. You guys know Chuba went off yesterday. He's serviceable. We had a higher average per rush. We have 5.3 to their 4.5. Penalties, again, inopportune times, and referees were on some bullshit. They were, but still, we had 6 penalties for 37 yards. And our total penalty yards are coming down weekly if you go back and look at those box scores. So nobody had a sack. We didn't give up one, we didn't get one. And that's another testament on how, gosh, we have got to beef up our defense. And I get the injuries, but it is what it is. We were tied in first downs, 24-24. Fourth downs, we 1 of 3. It was 0-0. Time of possession, we had the ball 3 more minutes than they did. We had 2 punts. They had 3 punts. Shout out to Hecker. I almost got that shit, man. I almost got that. But it was a really even game, folks. And I get why a lot of Panther fans, especially on Twitter, they were like, Panther Twitter, I could take this L because the team feels different. It feels like we didn't get beat; we beat ourselves, and that's exactly what happened. It was a very tight game. The numbers don't lie. It's normally people that lie, but the numbers don't lie, folks. It really was a tight game, and we could have won that game. And the Bengals are formidable, even though their record is otherwise right now. They got the talent. They got the talent. I really wish we didn't go away from the run game. That's a knock on the coaching for me. We went away from the run game a little too much in the second and third quarter. No, I'll take that back. We try to overcome the fact that we didn't score on that first drive, and we got away from the run in the first quarter. I really think we could have dominated time of possession in the first half more than we did if we would have kept running the football. Now in the second quarter, we got 2 touchdowns, sure. But we went away from the run too early in the first quarter. We should have regained our footing in that. So individual highlights, just real quick. Again, Andy 25 of 40. That's not bad, man. We had 70 total plays. Blah 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 blah. We beat him in rushing. And that's huge. So it's really unfortunate that we didn't come away with a win here, but at the end of the day, folks, we are competing. Players I want to highlight, obviously, XL getting his first touchdown. Kudos. Our offensive line. I really hope that we can maintain this old line for the next 3-4 years, hopefully. 5 years, as long as possible. This is the best old line I've seen for the Panthers in a long time, as a unit for a long time. This is the best old line we've had, period. And for that alone, Dan Morgan gets an A+ for me. For that alone, people forget how important the offense is to our defense. Not only keeping them off the field and giving them some rest, but hell, they're cheering on the offense too. Right? This is a team sport, right? The momentum from the offense carries over to the defense. The momentum from the defense carries over to the offense, right? Because these guys go toe to toe every single day, but it's to sharpen each other's skill set. People have forgotten how important having an O-line is. And I'm just going to put out this hypothetical and leave it alone. If Cam Newton was behind his O-line with CMC, I'm just saying. I mean, you saw what CMC did when he got a 1,500, something like that. What he did a couple of years ago. That O-line was not as good as this O-line. I'm just saying, bruh. But anyway, O-line is outstanding. Tight end group. We didn't get the ball to Trimble. The rookie got a couple touches. Trimble didn't get the ball. I didn't like that. I did not, especially in the end zone there. I did not like that. I did not like that. I really think we should have utilized him and the rookie tight end in the end zone area. I really do, and maybe get Leggett on the sweep, something like that, man. Get those guys out there and let their athleticism and their size matter more than anything. But man, I really wish we got Trimble involved. We didn't, and it is what it is. The wide receiver group, shaky. You got to make those catches in the big moments. Mingo, Leggett, you have got to make those catches in the big moments, man. That fourth quarter should have been ours. The defense showed up and made stops, even though we were getting banged up. We lost 2 linebackers. I mean, our defense stepped up, and we just didn't get it done. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that 3 and out with like 4.5 minutes left in the game. We could have went down. It was 31-24. We could have went down and tied the game up, and we went 3 and out. I mean, the first play, you hit my man in the middle of the field, hit him, boop, boop, Mingo, I believe. It is what it is. Chuba's cooking. Miles is looking good. I'm glad he's starting to get his confidence back. But Chuba is he's a stud. I've been on Chuba's side since day one. I'm not gonna lie. You can go check the tape. It was something about his second year working out with CMC. He picked up things very quickly, especially on how to run the football and secure the football. He's a good runner, man. He is. He's more powerful than people realize. I just wish that he can get in more situations where he can show his speed. I don't think he relies on the speed as much as being a strong, dependable runner. But one of these days he's going to hit that crease and he's going to show that speed he got. He's faster than people realize. Though, dude can move. He can move, sneaky fast. And Miles is doing his thing. I would like to see Miles be a little more stout in the pass blocking range, but he get him out in the flat man. He's dangerous. So kudos to those two, and of course, the Red Rifle doing his thing. That interception was on him, and the reason I say that is he didn't take a step up in the pocket to make that throw. I mean, that ball was tipped. It was inches, right? He got his fingers on there and knocked that off. People jumped on Icky initially, and I'm like, well, let's look at that. Icky did his job. He got the guy by the target. You know what I'm saying? The pocket was there, and he takes a small hitch, just a small little step, and we're not talking about this, but yeah, it is what it is. So our offense is cool. I'm liking what I see. Hopefully Deontay's growing injury wasn't anything significant. When you're in the heat of the moment, that injury doesn't necessarily creep up on you as bad as it does the next morning. So hopefully he's gonna get some treatment and he'll be ready to go next week. The defense, the fact that we didn't get a sack on Joe Burrow is extremely that worries me. That worries me a lot. It does. It worries me quite a bit. If we can't get pressure on the quarterback, it's going to leave our secondary exposed, and you guys saw what happened. Not to mention our secondary is horrible at tackling. Hell, I mean, it really worries me about our secondary. It really does. So that's that. Shout out to our linebacker core. Everybody got dinged up. Yeah, everybody got dinged up yesterday, man. Shout out, because we're going to need those guys. Now it's great that we have an opportunity to get some of these young guys some reps on defense. That's great, but if we're about winning games, which is what it looks like we're trying to do here, wow. Now you guys see why Canales was still bringing in secondary personnel to try to figure out who the hell is going to be. Now you know. You guys will see on tape tomorrow. Just talking about secondary and some weird techniques were done, especially jam techniques, things of that nature. Especially by Hill. I was like, what are you doing? But anyway, you guys check out all 22 if you have NFL NFL access. Check that out. A lot of poor techniques in the secondary, especially with tackling. And that's ultimately what killed us. Chase getting that long touchdown because of 3 Panthers players bouncing off of him. That's inexcusable. Our number one tackler, or actually our top 2 tacklers from that game yesterday was Horn and Woods. What's that tell you? Our front seven's not getting it done. We had I think tackles for a loss was JC and Wood. DJ Johnson, who showed up yesterday, his stats don't shine like that, but he was holding it down. Another individual I wish would get a sack sometime. But he was the other player out of JC and Woods that had a tackle for a loss. And again, 0 sacks. Their leading rusher for Cincinnati, he was averaging 5 yards a clip. So, I mean, we can score. I don't see that as a problem. And then, Panther fans, it's been a long time since we felt that way. I'm not worried about us scoring the ball, but stopping. Oh my God! And again, folks, if we can't stop a team from scoring, we can't run the ball. And running the football is a good thing for us right now. It is. So we're off to the Bears next week. Yeah. In Chicago, go say hello to DJ and see what's up and test out their rookie quarterback. It should be interesting considering the chemistry in Chicago between DJ and the number one pick for Chicago. Yeah, it's a little shady, but hey, when you get out there on the field and the lights come on, man, you come. Well, not the lights because we're playing at 1:00, but when you put those cleats on, you put your uniform on, you can walk out that tunnel, man. It's a whole nother ball game, bro. It's all that BS goes to the side, and you're all about winning normally. So especially if you're at home. So we travel well. So let's see what happens. Okay. Hold it down. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you don't mind. You can catch me on Facebook and on X. All under the same Team of VO or Panther Comms. Either way, we're gonna keep pounding. Oh! All right, Panther fans. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Y'all have a good day, man. Appreciate you.
10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper.